Love is a wonderful thing, but it is not always simple. There are moments when you feel that you understand everything, yet there are times when you feel vague and lost. So how do you overcome the challenges in love? Have you ever felt that a man has something different about him towards you, but you cannot be sure about his feelings? One day, he cares for you wholeheartedly, but the next day he appears cold and distant. Men do not always express their feelings as directly as women do. Instead of saying it outright, they choose to hide their true emotions through unconscious behaviors. If you are wondering whether he likes you or not, pay attention to the subtle yet clear signs that he reveals through his actions. Welcome to the channel, Sophia's Knowledge, and my name is Sophia. This is the place where we will explore, learn, and share valuable lessons about love. In today's video, Sophia will reveal to you 7 types of behaviors that men exhibit when they are hiding their emotions, so watch to find out immediately. Let's explore the secrets to building a solid and meaningful love. Before we begin, find a quiet place, put on your headphones, and relax. Let all worries drift away, and allow the messages in this video to help you calm down and fully experience the moment. Are you ready? Let's get started now. Number 1. He keeps his distance and is colder than usual. Have you ever felt that a man who used to be close suddenly becomes distant? He no longer texts frequently, avoids contact, and seems to deliberately create a barrier between the two of you? If you are wondering about the reason behind this change, it is very likely that he is trying to hide his emotions. Men do not always display their feelings as clearly as women do. When they begin to develop feelings for someone but are not yet ready to admit it, the most common reaction is to keep their distance and become colder than usual. This does not mean that they do not care, but simply that they are struggling with their own emotions. Why do men choose to keep their distance? There are many reasons why a man might decide to withdraw instead of clearly expressing his feelings: fear of getting hurt. Men also have their own fears when it comes to love. They worry that if they express their feelings, they might be rejected or not receive the expected response. Therefore, instead of revealing their true emotions, they choose to distance themselves in order to protect themselves. Not ready to commit. Some men feel a spark with you but do not want to move towards a serious relationship. They might be torn between personal feelings and the realities of life, and as a result, choose to keep their distance to avoid getting too deeply involved. Not wanting to lose control. For many men, falling into a relationship means losing control over their own emotions. They fear that by showing too much emotion, they will become weak or dependent on the other person. This causes them to appear cold, even if they have strong feelings inside. Pressure from external factors. Sometimes, men do not keep their distance because they want to, but because circumstances force them to. He might be under pressure from family, work, or personal life, making it difficult or even intimidating for him to express his feelings for you. Signs that he is intentionally keeping his distance. If you suspect that a man is hiding his feelings by distancing himself from you, pay attention to the following signs. He no longer takes the initiative to text or call. If he used to contact you frequently but now seems indifferent, responds with very short messages, or takes a long time to reply, it might be because he is trying to control his emotions. He avoids private meetings. Previously, he might have been willing to go out or meet you, but now he finds every excuse to refuse or only meet you in a group setting. His gaze changes. A man who is hiding his feelings often avoids making direct eye contact with you. If you catch him looking at you but he immediately looks away, that is a clear sign of embarrassment. He becomes cold or appears uninterested. Instead of being friendly, he may deliberately speak in a detached manner, lacking emotion, or even display an attitude as if you are not important to him. Occasionally, he shows unexpected care. Although he tries to appear cold, sometimes he still reveals his care for you, for example, helping you when you are in trouble, remembering small details about you, or protecting you in certain situations. What should you do when he keeps his distance? If you feel that a man is deliberately distancing himself but still shows signs of care, try the following approaches to understand his feelings better. Do not rush to force him. Do not try to force him to admit his feelings if he is not ready. Give him time to process his emotions. Stay calm and confident. If he is testing his own emotions, the best thing you can do is remain calm, appear natural, and not be affected by his distance. Observe his actions rather than his words. Men might not be skilled at expressing themselves verbally, but their actions reveal a lot. Pay attention to how he behaves when he is near you. Create a comfortable space for him to open up. Instead of directly asking, "Do you like me?" create gentle conversations that make him feel safe to share his thoughts. Finally, when a man keeps his distance and appears colder than usual, it does not necessarily mean that he does not care. Sometimes, it is his way of protecting himself from getting hurt, or simply because he is not yet ready to confront his emotions. If you notice these signs, be patient and let things unfold naturally. Remember, genuine feelings cannot be hidden forever. Have you ever experienced a similar situation? If so, please share your story in the comments. I look forward to hearing your interesting experiences. And if you find this content useful, please hit like and share to spread the message to more people. Thank you for your support. Let's continue together. Number 2. He lies or misleads about his emotions. Men often find it difficult to admit their true feelings, especially when they are not ready or are confused about the emotions within. Instead of speaking the truth, many choose to lie or mislead about their feelings in order to hide their love. Have you ever asked a man if he likes you and received answers like, "It's nothing, you're overthinking it," or "We're just friends"? If you sense other signals from his actions, it is very likely that he is only subtly hiding his true emotions. So why do men lie about their feelings? How do they usually do it? And how can you discern the truth? Why do men choose to lie or mislead about their emotions? There are many reasons why men do not dare to admit their true feelings. Some of these include fear of rejection. One of a man's biggest fears is being rejected. If they are not sure about your feelings or are worried that you do not have feelings for them, they will protect themselves by denying their emotions first. Wanting to maintain a strong image. Many men believe that showing their emotions too clearly might make them seem weak or cause them to lose control in a relationship. Therefore, they choose to appear nonchalant, indifferent, or even deny their feelings. Not ready to enter a relationship. Sometimes, men do not deny their feelings because they do not dislike you, but because they are not ready for a serious relationship. They may have personal issues to resolve or simply are not ready to be tied down. Fear of ruining a friendship or current relationship. If the two of you are already friends or colleagues, a man might fear that if he admits his feelings, everything will change or become complicated. So, he chooses to remain silent or deny his emotions to avoid risks. Wanting to test you. Some men choose to deny their feelings as a way to test your reaction. They want to see whether you truly care and if you will take steps to keep them close. Common ways men mislead about their emotions. If a man has feelings for you but does not want to admit them, he might display the following behaviors: strong denial. When asked about his feelings, he may react excessively by saying things like, "There's no way, don't overthink it. Who would like you? We're just friends." These words seem decisive, but if he still shows care for you through his actions, then his words might not be the truth. Changing the subject. When directly asked about his feelings, he will quickly try to change the topic or make jokes to avoid facing the question. For example, do you like me? Him, have you seen the football match last night? This shows that he is avoiding the truth instead of addressing the issue head-on. Pretending to like someone else. Some men, when trying to hide their feelings, will intentionally mention another woman as a way to mislead. They might say that they are interested in someone else or claim that their type is very different from you. But if you notice, they do not actually act on those claims with that other girl. Actions contradict their words. Even if he always verbally says, "I don't like you that way," he might secretly help you when you're in trouble. Remember small details about you. Show jealousy when he sees you getting close with someone else. This proves that his true feelings are not aligned with what he says. Setting unnecessary boundaries. Some men, when trying to hide their emotions, deliberately create distance with words, such as, "Let's just remain friends forever." "I don't want you to get the wrong idea." But afterwards, they still show special care for you. How can you discern the truth? If you suspect that a man is lying about his feelings, pay attention to the inconsistency between his words and actions. If he denies his feelings but still shows care for you, it is very likely that he is hiding his emotions. How he reacts when you are close to someone else. If he becomes jealous, that means he has feelings for you. His gaze when he looks at you, the eyes can say everything. If he secretly looks at you but immediately looks away when caught, that is a clear sign. Special acts of care. If he always appears when you need him and pays attention to the little details about you, then his feelings cannot be merely those of a friend. What should you do in this case? If you realize that he is hiding his feelings, you can not rush to force him to admit it. Give him time to work through his own emotions. Communicate gently, instead of directly asking. Create situations where he feels comfortable to express himself. Observe and wait for the right moment. If he truly has feelings for you, he will not be able to hide them forever. Finally, lying or misleading about emotions is a way many men use to hide their love. But no matter how much they try to deny it, actions never lie. Pay close attention to the signs and do not be too quick to believe overly definitive rejections. Have you ever encountered a man like this? Please share your story so we can discuss it together. Number 3. He frequently teases or provokes. There is a type of man who does not express his feelings with sweet words or romantic actions. Instead, he frequently teases, or even provokes, the person he likes. If you have ever encountered a man who constantly bothers you, always finding ways to annoy you yet not clearly expressing his feelings, it is very likely that he is hiding his love. So why do men behave this way? How do they show it? And how can you tell that it is care rather than just a meaningless act? Why do men like to tease when they like someone? Not every man has the courage to express his feelings directly. Teasing or provoking is a way for them to both show interest and create a protective shell to hide their true emotions. Here are some reasons why they choose this method: feeling embarrassed to express their feelings. Some men are not good at expressing emotions through words. When they like someone, they feel awkward and do not know what to do. Therefore, they choose to tease as a means of interacting without having to speak their true feelings. Wanting to attract your attention. If a man constantly finds ways to tease you, it is a clear sign that he wants your attention. Instead of standing back and observing, he chooses to impress you with playful teasing. Testing your reaction. Some men want to know if you care about them, so they tease you to see how you react. If you respond positively or tease him back, that may reassure him about your feelings. Hiding their nervousness or worry. Sometimes, men use teasing as a way to hide the excitement they feel when near the person they like. Instead of showing their nervousness, they pretend to joke around to cover up the anxiety inside. It's an instinct from childhood. From a young age, many boys are taught that teasing a girl means they like her. When they grow up, even though the way they express it may be more subtle, that instinct still remains. Signs that indicate he is teasing because he likes you. Not everyone who teases you has feelings for you, but if the person shows the following signs, it is very likely he is hiding his true emotions. He always finds ways to tease you without reason. If he frequently teases you about small things like your hairstyle, the way you eat, or the way you speak, that is a clear sign that he likes you and wants you to notice him. He teases you but never lets you stay upset for long. He may tease you, but if he sees you are upset, he will quickly soothe you with another joke or a caring gesture. This shows that he does not want to hurt you, but only wants a special way to interact with you. He only teases you more than others. Observe whether he teases everyone the same way. If he shows special attention in teasing only you, that is a sign of his fondness. Sometimes, his actions contradict his words. There are times when he teases you incessantly, yet he also shows care or protects you. This contradiction in behavior is often a sign of someone who is trying to hide his love. He intentionally provokes you. He might try to argue or challenge your opinions in a humorous way. This is his opportunity to talk with you more and create a special connection between the two of you. How to differentiate between a man who teases because he likes you and a man who just jokes around carefree. Not everyone who teases you has feelings for you, so you need to pay attention to the frequency and manner of his teasing. If he only teases you without caring when you really need him, it might just be harmless fun. But if he teases you yet still shows special care, for example, remembering little details about you or secretly helping you, then it is highly likely that he has feelings for you. What should you do when facing this type of man? If you realize that a man frequently teases or provokes you because he likes you, don't take his teasing too seriously. Understand that it is his way of interacting with you. Don't hold grudges or feel uncomfortable if it is not too extreme. Tease him back if you like him. If you also have feelings for him, don't hesitate to tease him back in a humorous way. This can create a more natural bond between the two of you. If you don't like it, react clearly. If you feel that his jokes are inappropriate or you do not have feelings for him, clearly express your stance to avoid misunderstandings. Observe whether his actions are serious. A man who truly likes you will not only tease but also show sincere care through his actions. Finally, when a man frequently teases or provokes you, it is very likely that it is not accidental, but rather his indirect way of showing his love. Teasing is not just a joke, sometimes it is the most indirect confession a man can make. If you meet a man like that, pay attention to how he treats you and others around him. Do not rush to believe his words, instead, watch his actions. Because sometimes, teasing is the most subtle way a man can declare his feelings. Have you ever met a man like this? Please share your story so we can discuss it together. If you are still watching the video, don't hesitate to comment continue. Leave your thoughts and questions in the comment section. I look forward to hearing from you. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe to the channel so that Sophia has more motivation to create more interesting and meaningful videos. Let's continue together. Number 4. He is jealous but does not admit it. There is a type of man who always verbally claims that he does not care, yet when you get close to someone else, he displays unusual reactions. He may appear annoyed, change his attitude, or try to interfere, but he never admits that he is jealous. This is one of the clearest signs that he has feelings for you but is either not ready or unwilling to admit it. When a man is jealous but tries to hide it, he often reveals his emotions through his actions rather than his words. Why do men act this way? There are many reasons why men do not dare to admit that they are jealous. Some of these include not wanting to expose their feelings. When a man is not yet ready to publicly reveal his emotions, he will try to hide any signs that might give away his secret. Admitting that he is jealous means admitting that he has feelings for you, and not everyone is ready to do that. Fear of losing their strong image. Many men believe that showing jealousy might make them seem weak or out of control. They do not want you or others to see them as being overwhelmed by emotion. Worry about being rejected. If he is unsure about your feelings or fears that you might only see him as a friend, he will not dare to reveal his jealousy. For if he admits it, he might put himself in a vulnerable position where he can be easily hurt. Not wanting to be judged as selfish. Jealousy can be seen as a sign of possessiveness and lack of self-confidence. Some men do not want you to think that they are trying to control you or interfere in your life, so they choose to hide their jealousy, trying to fool himself. Sometimes, men do not even want to admit to themselves that they are jealous. They might tell themselves that they do not care, but their unconscious reactions betray their true feelings. Signs that indicate he is jealous but does not admit it. If you suspect that a man is jealous but won't admit it, pay attention to the following signs. Sudden changes in attitude. When you mention another man or when you are intimate with someone else, he may suddenly become cold, irritated, or distant without any clear reason. This is a natural reaction when he feels discomfort but does not want to speak about it. He makes teasing or sarcastic remarks. He might say things like, "I'm sure you like him a lot, aren't you? He's so great, why don't you get to know him better?" These remarks seem casual, but in reality, they hide a subtle undercurrent of jealousy. He pretends not to care but notices everything. He may act as if he is indifferent to you and the other person, yet he quietly observes and remembers every detail about your relationship. If he recalls everything you say about the other person or always seems to pay attention when you mention someone, that is a sign he is jealous but dares not admit it. He becomes more competitive. If he feels that a rival has appeared, he may start competing by trying to impress or show off in front of you. He might talk about his achievements or find ways to make himself stand out compared to the other man. He appears unreasonably irritable or short-tempered. When a man is jealous but does not admit it, he may react negatively in ways that are hard to explain. He might become irritable, easily frustrated, or display unusual behavior when you spend time with someone else. He suddenly shows interest in your love life. He may start asking about the person you are talking to, seemingly out of curiosity, but in reality, he wants to know about your relationship with that person. Questions such as, "Is there something going on between you and him? Do you like him? Do you often go out together?" These questions indicate that he is paying more attention to your romantic life than he is willing to admit. He begins to retaliate. If he sees you getting close with someone else, he might deliberately show interest in another girl to see how you react. This is his way of testing whether you will feel jealous in return. What should you do when facing this type of situation? If you notice that a man is jealous but does not admit it, you can try the following: do not rush to expose him. If you directly say, "You're jealous, aren't you?" he may only deny it even more. Instead, observe his reactions rather than forcing him to confess. Check whether you truly like him. If you also have feelings for him, try to clarify the relationship instead of leaving him to hide his emotions. Communicate gently. Instead of directly asking about his jealousy, create open conversations that allow him to feel comfortable sharing his thoughts. Do not intentionally make him more jealous. Some believe that making a man jealous will force him to admit his feelings, but this can backfire. If he feels pushed away, he may choose to withdraw rather than express his emotions. Give him space to express his emotions. Sometimes, men need time to recognize and accept their feelings. Do not force the situation, let things develop naturally. Jealousy without admission is a clear sign that a man has feelings for you but is not yet ready to show them. If you notice that he changes his attitude, teases you, acts indifferent yet pays attention to everything, it is very likely that he is hiding his jealousy. Have you ever encountered a man like this? Please share your story so we can discuss it together. Number 5. He acts caring but pretends to be indifferent. Have you ever met a man who is always there when you need him, silently helping you, but when asked about it, he just smiles and denies any care? This is one of the most common signs that a man likes someone but does not want to reveal his feelings. He may quietly show care, remember small details about you, even be willing to help you in difficult times. But when you confront him about these actions, he acts nonchalant as if they mean nothing. So why do men behave like this? How do they usually show their care? And how can you tell that this care comes from genuine feelings rather than just a polite gesture? Why do men act caring but pretend to be indifferent? Not everyone finds it easy to express their emotions directly, especially men. There are many reasons why they choose to act quietly yet appear indifferent: fear of their feelings being exposed. Many men do not want to reveal their emotions too early because they are not sure about your feelings. If he is uncertain whether you like him or not, he will keep his distance by denying his care. Not wanting to be judged as weak. Some men believe that showing their emotions too clearly might make them seem weak or overly sensitive. They care about you but do not want anyone to see their vulnerability. Testing your reaction. Some men choose to show care and then act indifferent to see if you notice their care. If you recognize and respond positively to it, they may feel more confident to express their true feelings. Fear of falling into an undesirable situation. If the two of you are in an unclear relationship or if there are barriers, for example, if you are being pursued by someone else, he may choose to help you from a distance without getting too involved. Not realizing he has cared for you too much. Sometimes, men do not intentionally hide their feelings, but when you mention it or ask directly, they realize that they have shown more care than usual. And instead of admitting it, they deny or try to downplay it. Signs that indicate he cares but pretends to be indifferent. If a man has feelings for you but is trying to hide them, you might notice the following signs: silently helping you without you asking. He is always there when you need him, whether it's small things like reminding you to bring a jacket when it's cold, helping you fix something, or ensuring you get home safely. But when you thank him or ask why he does it, he just smiles and says, "It's nothing, just a small thing." Always noticing the small details about you. He remembers things you have said, knows that you like your coffee without sugar or that you are allergic to a certain food. But if you ask him, he acts surprised or says he just happened to remember. Protecting you without admitting it. If someone says something unkind about you or hurts you, he may react more strongly than usual. But when you ask why he cares so much, he will try to downplay the issue or even change the subject. Frequently being around you without admitting it's because he likes you. You always catch him in places you usually visit, or he seems to appear by chance when you need help. But if you ask, he will say it's just a coincidence. Listening to you more than others. Although he may be a man of few words, when you share something personal, he listens attentively. He may remember things you told him a long time ago, but when you mention it, he pretends it's not a big deal. Avoiding eye contact when you look directly at him. When you are talking and look into his eyes, he might avoid your gaze or look away. This is a sign of nervousness when his true emotions are about to be revealed. What to do when you realize he acts caring but pretends to be indifferent. If you notice a man showing the above signs, you can respond in the following ways. Do not rush to force him to admit it. If he is not ready to admit his feelings, forcing him might push him further away. Let everything unfold naturally. Observe his actions further. Words can be deceptive, but actions never lie. Pay attention to whether he truly cares during important moments. Respond to his care gently. If you also have feelings for him, respond with small gestures like sincere thanks, spending more time with him, or showing that you care about him too. Create opportunities for him to open up. Instead of directly asking about his feelings, create situations in which he might feel safe to share his true emotions. A sincere conversation can help him feel less shy. Do not misinterpret if he only sees you as a good friend. In some cases, a man may care for you simply because he considers you a good friend. So, do not jump to conclusions too soon, observe carefully before taking any action. Finally, acting caring but pretending to be indifferent is a clear sign that a man is hiding his true emotions. He might do everything for you but then deny that he has any feelings. The important thing is to carefully observe his actions to discern what is genuine care and what is just habitual friendliness. If you have ever met a man like this, how did you respond? Please share your story so we can discuss it together. Number 6. He avoids eye contact. There is a popular saying, "The eyes are the window to the soul." Indeed, a person's eyes can reveal a great deal about their inner emotions. But if you notice that a man constantly avoids making eye contact with you, that could be a sign that he is hiding his true feelings. Have you ever talked with a man and realized that he always looks elsewhere, avoids your gaze, or only dares to look when you aren't paying attention? If this happens frequently, it is very likely that he has feelings for you but does not want you to know. So why do men avoid eye contact when they like someone? How can you recognize the truth hidden behind their gaze? And how should you react? Why do men avoid eye contact when they like someone? Avoiding direct eye contact with someone they like is a natural reaction for many men when they are not yet ready to face their own emotions. Here are some common reasons: fear of their emotions being exposed. Many men believe that if they look into your eyes for too long, you will immediately recognize their feelings. To avoid being exposed, they find ways to look away or pretend to be busy with something when near you. Feeling anxious or nervous. Some men, no matter how strong they are, may still feel nervous when facing someone they have feelings for. They fear that if they look into your eyes, they will lose control of their expressions, or worse, end up saying things they are not ready to admit. Struggling with their emotions. Not everyone is ready to embrace their feelings right from the start. Some men, upon realizing that they like someone, try to suppress their emotions, and one way to do that is by avoiding eye contact. Lacking confidence or fearing rejection. If he likes you but is not sure about your feelings, he may avoid eye contact for fear that you will notice his vulnerability or awkwardness. This is his way of protecting himself from getting hurt. Being overly focused on you to the point of losing control. Some men are extremely attentive to the person they like. Yet when you look back, they immediately turn away as if they had never been observing you. This does not mean they do not care. On the contrary, they care so much that they cannot maintain a natural gaze when looking into your eyes. Signs that indicate he avoids eye contact because he likes you. Not everyone who avoids eye contact has feelings for you, but if a man shows the following signs, it is very likely he is hiding his true emotions, only looks at you when you aren't paying attention. He may avoid making direct eye contact, but if you catch him secretly looking at you and then quickly turning away, that is a clear sign of his interest. Glances at you for a few seconds and immediately looks away. If he looks at you for a brief moment and then immediately shifts his gaze as if he had just been caught doing something wrong, it may indicate that he is trying to hide his true feelings. Avoids your gaze but still pays close attention to what you say. Even if he does not look directly into your eyes, he remains focused on the conversation, remembers what you say, and responds in a special way. This shows that he cares about you, he just isn't daring enough to look straight at you. Becomes flushed or appears awkward when you make direct eye contact. If he avoids your gaze but shows signs of embarrassment, shyness, or blushing when you look directly at him, that is a sign he is struggling with his emotions. Exhibits clumsy actions when near you. He may drop things, scratch his head, or perform other clumsy actions when you make direct eye contact. This is a sign of tension when he has to face the person he likes. What should you do when he avoids eye contact? If you notice that a man is deliberately avoiding eye contact but still shows other signs of care, you can respond in several ways. Do not rush to force him to look you in the eye. Some people need time to feel comfortable when facing someone they like. If you continuously force him to look directly at you, it may make him even more awkward. Observe his actions rather than just his gaze. The eyes can be controlled, but actions cannot. Pay attention to whether he consistently tries to be near you, listens to you, or helps you in necessary situations. If so, that is a sign he has feelings but is not yet ready to express them openly. Check to see if he looks at you when you aren't paying attention. Try pretending to focus on something else and see if he secretly looks at you. If he does, that is a sign he is interested but not confident enough to face you directly. Create a comfortable environment where he can open up. If you also have feelings for him, try to create lighthearted and enjoyable conversations that help him feel less anxious when interacting with you. If you like him, help him feel more secure. Some men avoid eye contact because they fear rejection. If you like him, send subtle signals like a gentle smile and maintain a warm atmosphere during conversations so he feels more confident. Finally, avoiding eye contact is a clear sign that a man has special feelings but is not yet ready to admit them. If you notice that he frequently avoids your gaze yet shows care in other ways, it is very likely that he is trying to hide his emotions. Observe carefully and let everything unfold naturally. If he truly likes you, sooner or later he won't be able to hide his feelings forever. Have you ever met a man like this? Please share your story so we can discuss it together. Number 7. He always finds reasons to appear around you. Have you ever noticed that there is a man who always seems to appear around you by chance? Whether it's at your workplace, your favorite coffee shop, or even at events you attend, he is always there for some reason. If this happens too frequently, it is very likely that he likes you but isn't ready to admit it. Some men are not good at expressing their feelings with words, but their actions never lie. When they have feelings for someone, they will want to be as close to that person as possible, even if there is no clear reason. So why do men behave this way? How can you tell that this is a sign of genuine affection rather than mere coincidence? And how should you react when you notice this? Why do men always find reasons to appear around the person they like? When a man has feelings for you but doesn't want or isn't ready to express them, he will try to approach you indirectly. Here are some common reasons. He wants to be near you but doesn't want to be found out. He might not be ready to express his feelings or is afraid of rejection. So instead of directly saying it, he chooses to appear near you frequently to create opportunities for interaction. He hopes you will notice and react. Some men choose to appear repeatedly so that you recognize his care. They want to see if you pay attention to him or if you create opportunities for the relationship to progress further. He wants to create coincidental moments to move things forward. He might deliberately show up at the places you usually go to, creating accidental moments that increase the chances of conversation or building a connection. He doesn't want to be away from you. When a man likes someone, he often feels happy and comfortable when he's near that person. So even if there isn't a clear reason, he still finds ways to be close to you. He wants to protect and watch over you. Sometimes, a man tends to want to protect the person he likes. He wants to be sure that you are okay, not in trouble, or hurt by someone else. Signs that indicate he always finds reasons to be near you. If you notice that a man consistently appears around you by chance, check if he shows the following signs: frequently appearing at the places you go. When you go to your regular coffee shop, he is there too. When you attend an event, he happens to be there. Wherever you go, he always seems to have a reasonable excuse to be there. Always finding ways to join in on activities with you. If you sign up for a class, he registers as well. If you plan a group outing, he is always present. If you are involved in a conversation, he will try to join in. This shows that he wants more opportunities to approach you. Spending time near you even without a clear reason. If he consistently appears near you without any specific justification, it is very likely that he simply wants to be near you. Finding accidental ways to bump into you. He might accidentally pass by your desk several times a day, or by chance appear near you in meetings, parties, or events. Always paying attention to you even in a crowded room. Even when there are many people around, you get the sense that his attention is always directed toward you. He will listen carefully to what you say, react to your stories, or try to create private conversations. Actively helping you when opportunities arise. He will look for ways to help you in small situations, such as opening doors, fetching something for you, or supporting you at work. Always providing a reasonable explanation for his presence. Every time you notice him appearing near you, he always has a very plausible reason, such as, "I also often come to this cafe, what a coincidence. I had an appointment here with a friend, but they got busy so I stayed. My company had some work, so I had to stay late." Although these reasons sound plausible, if this happens repeatedly, it is very likely that he is deliberately trying to be near you. What should you do when you notice he always appears around you? If you notice a man showing the above signs, you can respond in several ways. Observe whether it is genuine care or just a habit. Some people may coincidentally appear near you because you share similar interests or work in the same environment. But if he appears too frequently with reasons that seem coincidental, he might have feelings for you. Respond if you also like him. If you have feelings for him, try to create opportunities for more conversation. You can ask about his interests or invite him to join in on group activities. Directly ask him if you feel comfortable. If you feel he is deliberately trying to be near you but says nothing, you might gently ask, for example, "You seem to be here a lot lately, huh? It seems we have a lot in common, doesn't it?" This can help you gauge his reaction. If he seems flustered or smiles awkwardly, you might be right about his feelings. Do not jump to conclusions if you are unsure. It is possible that he is simply a social person or shares similar hobbies with you. Observe more carefully to determine whether it is genuine care or just coincidence. Finally, if a man consistently finds reasons to appear around you, it is very likely that he likes you but isn't brave enough to say it outright. Although words can hide the truth, actions never lie. If you notice him always being near you by chance, try to observe more carefully. Who knows, you might be standing in front of a quiet love he has not dared to admit. Conclusion. Men do not always express their feelings directly. Many choose to hide their emotions through unconscious behaviors, such as keeping distance, misleading, teasing, being jealous but not admitting it, acting caring while pretending to be indifferent, avoiding eye contact, or always finding reasons to appear around you. These actions may confuse you or even make you misunderstand that they do not care, but in reality, these are ways they struggle with their own emotions. When a man has feelings but is not yet ready to express them, he will reveal small yet consistent signs. Words can hide the truth, but actions never lie. If you attentively recognize these signs, you can understand his true thoughts and feelings, and then decide how to react. If you also have feelings for him, try to create opportunities for him to open up. A gentle conversation, an encouraging glance, or a small act of care can help him feel safer to express his emotions. On the contrary, if you do not share the same feelings, respond delicately to avoid hurting him. Sometimes, emotions do not need to be spoken aloud but can be shown through the way we stay together, care for one another, and feel each other's presence. The most important thing is to understand and cherish genuine feelings, whether they are expressed directly or not. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope the sharing about love and the lessons from this video give you fresh insights and help you find understanding. If you find the video useful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and share with those around you. Each of us has our own stories about love, and I am delighted to explore them with you. See you in the next videos. Have a wonderful day filled with love.